Matthew McConaughey reveals list of celebs that got blacklisted in Hollywood, Eddie Murphy and others. Hollywood may look like a dream factory, but what if the biggest stars we admire are actually trapped in a system that decides who shines and who suddenly disappears? Hollywood has always been associated with glamour, aspirations, and celebrity. Behind the spotlights and cheers, however, is a different tale of unseen obstacles, hushed penalties, and careers that suddenly come to a standstill. The question of whether Hollywood still uses a system of blacklisting, coercion, and unwritten norms has been rekindled by recent discussions that have connected Sean Diddy Combs, Matthew McConaughey, Eddie Murphy, and other individuals. Although it might be challenging to distinguish fact from hearsay, McConaughey's description of a initiation process provides a helpful starting point. When hip-hop superstar Diddy was charged with federal offenses such as sex trafficking and racketeering in 2024, it immediately sparked a new round of discussion. He allegedly ran a network of parties, coercion, and monitoring to take advantage of women and safeguard his authority, according to the prosecution. Although the allegations are still pending, they demonstrate how fear and secrecy can coexist with influence in the entertainment industry. In light of this, an old interview with Matthew McConaughey took on new significance. "There's an initiation process," McConaughey stated candidly when discussing his career in an interview with People magazine. "There simply is." Although he didn't mention specific individuals, it was obvious that advancement in Hollywood requires more than just skill. It also requires passing unwritten exams, accepting rejection, and occasionally fending off destructive forces. That meant extended periods of silence, as well as exhilarating triumph for McConaughey. He was disgruntled and typecast after becoming a rom-com hero in the early 2000s, with movies like Failure to Launch and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. His phone stopped ringing after he turned down high-paying offers for lighter roles. He was essentially shut out of society for about 2 years. Later, he presented this as a component of Hollywood's initiation, a financial sacrifice that taught him to be independent and ultimately enabled him to reinvent himself with critically praised roles in True Detective, Dallas Buyers Club, and Mud. A more general reality is reflected in McConaughey's story. Hollywood produces stars just as fast as it destroys them. Although fame appears to be everlasting, it is ephemeral and dependent on decisions, relationships, and compliance. One reluctance to play along might result in an abrupt loss of attention, whether in a creative, moral, or political sense. This relationship is frequently referred to as blacklisting. The word was originally used to describe the purge of suspected communists from the film business during the McCarthy era. Hundreds of actors, writers, and directors were turned down by studios on the basis of allegations rather than proof. Although the official blacklist was terminated decades ago, blackballing is still practiced informally. Instead of appearing as a printed list, it is subtle and shows up as missed calls, missed opportunities, and stopped careers. The phenomena has been described by actors from various eras. Although the specifics of each situation vary, the general trend is the same. Conformity and silence are rewarded while resistance is penalized. According to widely shared recordings in recent months, Eddie Murphy testified against Diddy and blamed him for his career difficulties. Suspicions that Hollywood elites plot to obliterate stars were strengthened by the widespread social media distribution of these videos. However, fact-checkers refuted the allegations, stating that the video was either fake or inaccurate, and that Murphy never provided testimony during Diddy's trial. Millions quickly came to trust the deception, which demonstrates two things. First, viewers are led to believe that even adored figures can disappear. Second, there is so much suspicion of Hollywood's system that practically any accusation appears credible. Rather than being proven to have been blacklisted, Murphy's decreased production in the 2000s was explained by his own decisions, such as starting a family and taking a break from his unrelenting work. However, the story of silent punishment is so compelling that many people still conjecture. One of Hollywood's most vocal critics for a long time has been comedian Cat Williams. He says that performers who don't follow the industry's code of conduct are punished by lost opportunities, bad press, or unfriendly depictions. Williams frequently attributes his own career turmoil which includes canceled performances, negative press, and inconsistent appearances, to reprisals for voicing his opinions. While his critics brush these off as justifications, his supporters notice a pattern. Williams always encounters another setback after disclosing covert manipulation. When they defy expectations, both his and McConaughey's stories depict an invisible hand pressing down. The distinction is that Williams still has to pay for his openness, but McConaughey's patience finally paid off. What is the actual process of blacklisting? In contrast to the McCarthy era, no list has been made public. Rather, it is subtle. Closed doors, auditions disappear and phones stop ringing. Whisper campaigns, rumors of being difficult spread, discouraging filmmakers. Financial starvation. Actors struggle for years after turning down rich but risky offers. The media manipulates narratives by portraying celebrities as erratic, unappreciative, or unimportant. After enduring 2 years of silence, McConaughey sensed it. According to Monique, it's unanswered calls. Before making a comeback, Brendan Fraser suffered for almost 10 years. The outcome is the same in each instance. Careers decline without a formal reason, leading the public to believe the celebrity has lost their talent, faded, or retired. Why does this pattern continue to exist? Power is the solution. Predictability is important to entertainment gatekeepers like producers, studios, and financiers. When an actor questions authority, the system is put in danger. Ignoring them quietly sends a message to other drivers. Stay in your lane, or you'll vanish too. Talent is frequently undervalued compared to compliance. This explains why performers with extreme talent occasionally falter, while those with less talent flourish. Hollywood rewards compliance, punishes resistance, and denies the existence of punishment. Control includes image management as well. There are a lot of rumors floating around about compromising tapes, forced parties, and secret recordings, particularly in relation to Diddy's continuing indictment. Although not all viral claims, such tapes involving prominent politicians or preachers, have been proven true, prosecutors accuse others of spying and coercion. Nonetheless, the idea that people are afraid of being discovered contributes to the explanation of why silence is common. The effects of blacklisting extend much beyond financial gain. It affects self-worth, mental health, and families. At the height of his stardom, McConaughey himself had a tense relationship with his mother. Brendan Fraser fell into a funk. Monique talks about betrayal and loneliness. If you love uncovering the untold stories of Hollywood's biggest stars, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the truth behind the fame.